It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Cowboys and the Jets, and it's all up next.
Just across the Hudson from downtown Manhattan, we welcome you inside MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey. We thank you for joining us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. It is week 2 of the preseason. Greg, as the coaches get ready for this one, you never know, a preseason game was what we were preparing for. There was a focus and intensity after getting on the field for the first time as a unit in week 1.
You're exactly right, Mike. We had an opportunity to meet with these coaches, and from the way they talked, you would have thought this was week 10 of the regular season. And I think really what it boils down to, this is another great opportunity to have your players play in live, full contact, full competitive against another opponent.
1 in the books. Who's going to stand out here? Very important week for some. Week 2 of the preseason, and we're off on EA Sports. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the man from Ohio State, 6'3", Justin Fields.
And remember now, Mike, since they made the schedule change, this week 2 of the 3-week preseason is really the opportunity to have a dress rehearsal for a lot of these starters. We see them get more game opportunities and game reps, all in preparation for week 1 to kick off. But for the rest of the team, there's the guys looking to fight for roles. There's a lot of guys just looking to fight to make the roster.
Here's 2nd and 6. Another run here with Hall. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down forthcoming. Putting the tight end in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Now, following the punt return, we have an injured player on the field. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Dak going to put it up right away. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. They face 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Pass pulled in by Vaughn. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Prescott. That's to Ferguson once again.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys are out to an early 3-0 lead. So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. On the return, it's Williams. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. They put Wilson in motion. A first down throw for Fields.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down. They bring the tight end in motion. Fields now to throw on first down. He's got a receiver, Alan Lazard. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll send their tight end left. First down, Fields. Got a man left side. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. They'll run, it's Hall. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up second and goal. One more time, they give it to Hall. Powering forward, he's in. Reese Hall, touchdown Jets.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready for their second possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Prescott now. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Throwing is Prescott. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Jets offense ready to take over once again. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Tight end on the move left. They're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And a short pickup there to about the 18. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to have this one up near the 28. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Fields now. Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll motion a tight end right. Second down, it's Fields. No chance at all. He'll go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. A give up the middle with Hall. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Off the play action, here's Fields. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
It is 3rd and 10. Back to throw is Fields. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
A 53-yard attempt.
And he missed it. It's no good. And the lead holds steady at 4.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He's got the open man. That's Jalen Tolbert. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Cowboys.
So after 1, the Jets have the advantage. More from MetLife Stadium after this. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw is Prescott. Quick throw out wide. It's caught.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Williams. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys are back within 1. It's 7-6.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So now the Jets offense ready to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. On 1st and 10, Fields. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He'll find Hall out of the backfield. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10.
That's good for a Jets.
On the give, it's Hall. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Fields to throw. Gets that one to the veteran Lazard. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Fields now on 2nd down. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Complete to number 85. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for it with Hall. It's a pickup of 13 yards. And the Jets have a 1st down.
Anytime you're having a really good drive like this, Mike, you just hate to see it stall out on the fringe of the red area. But in this case, not only do they pick up some good yardage on the ground, they get a fresh set of downs to hopefully go in and finish this drive with a touchdown.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
They'll send a tight end in motion right. They'll run. This is Hall. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line. They'll try to run it with Hall. They'll try to push forward, but only a yard. Down to the 2. They'll try to run this one in. A dive, and he's in. Reese Hall, touchdown, New York. That's his 2nd touchdown tonight. What a standout performance early on in this one. That's his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And he finds some daylight up past the 35-yard line. A pickup of 7. 2nd down and 3. It's another run here for Williams. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5. They'll run former K-State product Deuce Vaughn. Not much develops there. We'll get this to about the 43. Here's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Prescott. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. 3rd down and 9. From the shotgun, it's Dak. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. And no chance to down this one. It carries deep into the end zone for a touchback. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. This one caught by Lazard.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Play action now for Fields. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a 1st down. Fields. Quickly to the outside and complete. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On the handoff, here comes Hall. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Jets, 1st down.
They send the tight end in motion.
6-yard line.
Fields now to throw on 1st down. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On the handoff, it's Hall running right. And he'll fight forward for a couple of yards, but a flag is down, and the linemen are already walking back. Now, a give to Davis. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Micah Parsons on the tackle. 3rd and long. Fields. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Prescott now. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the 1st down. They'll throw again. Dak. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Prescott again. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. To the air again. Prescott. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he is on to punt for Dallas. The Jets offense going to take over here in the last minute of this 1st half. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. He keeps it himself, and he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. So, we are at halftime in this preseason matchup. As we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically, it's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Back to you and Greg in just a moment. Want to remind everyone, this is week 2 of the preseason. These two teams will have one more tune-up after this next week, before the regular season gets started on the Thursday following Labor Day.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up, this kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
We've seen this trend. One guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. This defense hitting their ears back, coming to get him again. Throwing now on 3rd and long. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Bit of a letdown there. I mean, after that incompletion now, Mike, they find themselves giving the ball back. They're only down 8, so every single time they possess the ball, it's an opportunity to maybe get this thing back to all tied up. But every time they don't take advantage of a possession, it's another opportunity lost, and they've got to find a way. When they get the ball back, they've got to go chase some points.
The Jets offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground, and that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Taylor looking to throw. Into space at the 45. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Back to throw is Taylor. Short pass taken in by the tight end. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Elijah Vera Tucker plays college ball at USC. Guilty that time. Here's Taylor. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Throwing, Taylor. He's got it at the 7.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on 4th down. So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Jets offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of a yard.
They'll stick with him again. And there's defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
Just shy of midfield. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Taylor. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A gain there of 15. Good for a Jets 1st down. Up the middle they go. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
The tight end going in motion to the left. Now Taylor. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket, nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack. I don't care what defensive strategy you apply here on 3rd and real long, Mike, but you have to tackle in space. They almost let this guy pick up enough after the catch to convert a 3rd and real long. Fortunately for them, they brought him down just short, brings up 4th down. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
That's to the right side and incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field. They'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. That is fielded at the 13. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. That's complete to Jeremy Rucker. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? To throw is Taylor.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
Here comes the jet sweep. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big gain.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll turn and hand this one off. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. So we are through 3. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. You have a tight end motioning left here. Off the play fake. He'll look. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated. They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on 3rd down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
Zerline's kick is good. And the Jets add on to their lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
From a yard deep, he's going to bring it out. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get back to work. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Back to throw. He gets it to Jonathan Mingo. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Now whistles and a timeout. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. It's caught. Mingo with the grab. It'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down. Oh, how good was that? Out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 2. The home team's offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They are backed up about as far as you can be, operating from their own 2-yard line. They'll begin here on the ground. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
Brought down at his own 8-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. On now comes the punt team for the Jets, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do with this next. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun, going up top. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. We're all set to kick this one away. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 20-yard line.
Taylor loses the football. The Cowboys have it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
After that fumble recovery, a big opportunity here. 1st and goal. Let the fullback try to power it home. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Aubrey, good with the extra point. The Cowboys will cut the deficit to 7. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Set to return is Xavier Gibson. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. He'll get this out to his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On 2nd down, they run the counter. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
First time they've looked his way all game long, but he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
They face 2nd down and 7. One of the tight ends in motion right. A handoff here, up the middle. Changing direction there as he's able to pick up 3. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll put a receiver in motion right. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a 1st down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge 1st down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. You hope against hope here in the preseason, especially, that it's not too serious. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They have converted twice on 3rd down on this drive, and they need a yard here with 3rd and 1. He'll try to run for it.
Here you are at the end of the game. You need a stop. You find yourself trailing. You have everybody covered, and the quarterback gets loose. Those are the plays that just kill a defensive coordinator. You're about to force a punt, about to get the ball back to your offense. Give credit to the quarterback. He made a play when they needed it.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. They motion a receiver right. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he will have a 1st down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. And on this 1st down, it's Johnson. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. From down near his goal line, he'll look to throw. Catch is made, that's Mingo. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. The crowd at MetLife on their feet for third down. They'll drop to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. That's going to be caught. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on fourth down. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. No one open, he'll drop it to his running back. 2nd down, 8 for the first down. They'll look to throw again. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. On third down, they'll set up to throw. He's gonna look for the home run ball. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Gotta let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. On first down, it's Davis. Not much there. Maybe a yard. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. They'll go again with Davis. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second. They get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the fourth. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up. So now, big spot for the veteran Greg Zerline. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Here's first down. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Stevens.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
So now, this team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. So this one in the win column for the Jets. As we move closer to the regular season, they'll wrap up the preseason with the finale next week before we get it going for real come September. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Jets.com. It's a win for the Jets as we say goodbye from MetLife Stadium.